coming back at you. A pimp was watching some YouTube last night, watching one of my favorite channels, Reggie Collects, talking about new comic book day and some controversy. A pimp named Slaughter loves some controversy, and we got some controversy today for you because jealousy reared its ugly head here today on Reggie Collects. Here, check it out.
I've never actually said anything stupid. Don't ask my wife, brother. Let's talk about that S curl wig that you had on, where you were calling all the pimps and the players to support C3. Let's talk about that. You may not have said anything stupid, sir, but we got to talk about that wig. Scrolling through some of the comments here. See, let me. Wait, brother, you saw that wig. You saw that wig the same way that I saw that wig, and I watched it. I watched it a couple of times because it was hilarious.
You hate to see your comic book players and playettes. This man with his shiny bald head can't stand to see a pimp with some beautiful locks. Let him know. This type of hating can't be accepted in the comic book community.
Are you doing okay today?
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Okay.
And you know, I'll be looking at asses and shit, and I seen little yoga pants coming out the nail salon. So I peeped the ass out, and I was like, damn, she thick as fuck. Turn around, TT. I was like, damn, nigga, what you doing out here with all this ass? Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass. The sun is still out, my nigga, and it was just, I don't know. I mean, that's the whole.
What's your name, baby? They call me Soul Baby. Soul Baby? Yeah. Keep it in control, baby. I hear you, baby. My name's Noah J. Bird. Noah J. Bird? Oh, you like to fly? I fly, baby. Fly away, baby. In the clouds, no frowns. All right, now that's what I'm talking about. Tears, no fears, man. Is that right? Respected, don't neglect it. All right, that's what I'm talking about, baby. My brother. Treat it, don't beat him, all right, baby? You're a badass motherfucker.
What's up, comic book players and playettes? It's a pimp named Slaughter coming to let you know that this is the final week to get your votes in for the Comic Book Community Awards, an award show celebrating comic book YouTube and all the great content creators. We want to just highlight these great folks making this great content and make sure that more people are exposed to them so that we can grow this comic book YouTube and grow this comic book hobby that we love so much. So get over to cbcawards.org, support your favorite creators. The final deadline is this Saturday, November 18th, and then be ready for the big show December 2nd over at Brian LCS on YouTube, where we will be getting down, celebrating all of these great creators, and maybe, just maybe, a pimp named Slaughter will make an appearance. Let's go.
Haters gonna hate.
Butts.
What up? What up? What up? It is Tuesday once again, and we are back for another FOC and chill. We've got my brother Scotty Vaughn and my brother Evil Mike in the house. Thanks for coming through, fellas. Good to see you. I appreciate you coming through. We are here for episode 34, y'all. This is crazy. 34 episodes in. I've only missed 2 Tuesdays. Today is my 8th year anniversary. I got married on November 14th, 2015 in Westport, Kansas City. And it was a great day in my life. Had dinner with my wife tonight, had a good time. And I'm super blessed to be married to the woman that I'm married to. And I'm super blessed to have these comic book brothers that I have. What's up, fellas? Thanks for coming through, man. How we doing tonight?
Great, man. Great. Happy anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, man. And we talked about it. I talked about it. The pimp named Slaughter talked about it, but This is the final week. This is the final FOC show where we'll be talking about voting for the CBC Awards. So, guys, if you haven't got your votes in, this is it. This is your last chance. Saturday, November 18th is the final deadline to get those votes in. So if you're not got over and supported your favorite creators, make sure you get over there to cbcawards.org. Tally your votes for your favorites out here on YouTube, doing this, creating this content, keeping this community going, and let's celebrate and highlight this community and try and grow this thing, man. That's a lot of the detractors of the CBC Awards. That's the thing, that their number one thing that they don't understand about it is that this is a way for us to expose people to what we're doing here, this comic book hobby that we're pushing and enjoying, and it's a way for us to grow this audience that we have. And I'd love to see more buy-in. I'm going to be pushing for it again next year, but we are where we are now, and it is what it is. And I'm excited to see how it shakes out this year with these finalists, man. I know we've got Evil Mike in the mix once again. So if you love Evil Mike and his reviews, make sure you get over there and support my guy. And of course, we've got the newcomer, Mr. Hot Shit, Scotty Vaughn, out here growing his channel, almost 2,000 subs out of fucking nowhere.
Hot shit.
Blowing my shit up out here, Mr. Cooler Than Me. But definitely get over there, support my brother, man. He deserves everything that he's earned in this thing. And I'm so proud of you, man. And I'm super excited for this show, guys. It's time to start thinking about skits and whatnot because we got to get this show ready. But let's get to this chat here before we get into it. I got a few things I want to talk about. We'll see what you guys want to talk about. Let me also get this link in the chat in case anybody else has things that they want to talk about. Link is in the chat right there. But we got my guy Las Cruces in the house. Also up for a Comic Book Community Award. And a great new award this year is the Comic Book Supporter Award. And I've said it many times before, but Las Cruces and Chop and Drop are the two that come to my mind. I see them everywhere, supporting everyone. And I cannot say enough how important it is that you guys are doing what you're doing, how encouraging it is, is you put in all this work to create this content. You show up every week, you do it, and it's really nice to see Las Cruces there and Chop and Drop there supporting you, man. So thank you to you guys, man. You guys are huge to this community. And speaking of the CBC Awards, we've got the man behind the CBC Awards, Brian LCS, my brother. Thanks for coming through, Brian. So proud of what you have built with the CBC Awards. I mean, think back to that first year, all the arrows that he took, and the way that in which he's built this thing to where it is now. It's like, I don't think that people have understand the growth of this thing over the past 3 years. And it's really, really impressive. And I'm really proud of Brian for what he's done and what he continues to do. And the sky's the limit, man. This thing is going to continue to grow. I truly 100,000% believe that. We got Trev, the shipping guru, also known in some circles as Trev, the shitting guru. What's up, Trev? Good to see you, my brother. Thanks for coming.
What circle? I want to know what circle.
Little bit of an inside joke there, guys.
Okay.
We got Phil's Treehouse in the house. What's up, Phil? I miss your show, Phil. I know it was a lot of work, Phil, and trust me, as someone who put in a lot of work for a channel or for stuff that maybe didn't get as much views as I wanted. I appreciate all the work you put into that show, Phil, but I miss it, man. It was a really great show. It really was. We've got Rob's Fat Stacks, the man behind the Comics Curing Cancer, along with Legion of Comics and DJ Links, herding this comic book community of cats into $51,000 for American Cancer Society. Cannot praise the man enough for what he's done and all the work that he continues to do, really, for that. So shout out to Rob's Fat Stacks, to DJ Links and Legion of Comics for the great, great work that they did on that. What up, Kyle? We got my guys.
Kyle.
Man, I guess it's still wheelchair superhero Kyle. What's up, Kyle? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming through. And speak of the devil, we've got the other guy behind Comics Curing Cancer. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, my brother.
Did you say my name?
I did.
Okay. Let's make sure.
Is it okay? Are we okay?
Yeah. I like hearing you say my name.
Well, I know you're one of those Oklahoma, you got that Oklahoma feel to you where you will, how big a boy are you kind of thing. I don't know if you guys saw that senator from Oklahoma, the clip I shared.
Oh, yeah.
That was so crazy.
Hilarious, man. Grown ass adults.
when I first saw that, I swear to you that I thought it was the state senate. But then you hear fucking Bernie Sanders. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
That's the
Like,
fucking
dude.
Senate.
Yeah.
That's the Senate.
I'm fully in support of there's a time and a place, but I just don't feel like that was it. I don't think that was it.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
That's like a prime example of I'm going to buck on somebody because I know nothing will happen.
And that's the thing is like initially I was like, this dude is whack as fuck because he knows nothing's gonna happen here. So this is entirely like stage play here. But then I looked up the dude and he was like, well, he did have 3 fights and he beat everybody's ass in the first round. And it was a long ass time ago, but still that's a lot better than what I
That
could.
was the dude not on the podium, right? The dude at the table was the fighter, right?
No, the senator was the fighter.
Okay, well that makes more sense because the dude who was trash talking online, he was quick to say, yeah, you get up, and as soon as the dude at the podium got up, he's like, so you're telling me this is how you resolve things?
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. That shit was hilarious. The idiocracy is forming and it is inevitable. And I think that is evidence right there.
Yeah.
We got Chaos and Comics coming in from Vegas with 5 times more love than Tennessee. So
5 times. Damn.
That's impressive.
Damn.
That's more than Chattanooga. That's crazy. Is that true, Scotty?
I don't know, man. I feel like the love's maybe not as real in Vegas as it is in Chattanooga. It's Las Vegas.
There's more of it. It just ain't long lasting.
Back and forth.
I got you. It just ain't long lasting.
Telling you to step it up, Scotty.
Oh, we've got my guy, Dr. Von Hoot, over from across the pond. You had that con video that I watched this morning. What a great video, DVH. I enjoyed that one. It looked like a great con. I really enjoy con videos because it's nice to get a view of what's going on at these things. And you did a great job of giving a view of that. So I appreciate that, man. Good stuff. Check out DVH. We've got my beautifully freckled brother Digger, Jim. What's up, Jim? Good to see you, man.
Freckled Muse.
I've got a thing for freckles, man. And him and brother John are bringing it in spades. So I've got a bit of a fetish for both of them. We also got my brother Beckerman. Beckerman and I, along with a couple of my friends, went and saw The Marvels last Thursday night. So if anybody wants to talk about that, we could talk about that. I liked it way more than most, although I do see a lot of people saying that they liked it. I went in, and I think the fact that I went in with such incredibly low expectations really.
Me too.
I had really, really, really low expectations. So right from the beginning, they exceeded my expectations. Like, okay, this is not nearly as trash as I thought it would be. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's definitely a lot of silliness to it. But I think we have to accept that, there's kids that go to these things and, maybe that's going to be part of it. There's with the cats and then the musical parts, there was some silliness to it. But overall, I actually did enjoy it. I had fun watching it. Everybody that I went with had fun watching it. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was a solid 7.
No, I give the singing number alone an 8 out of 10. What are you talking about?
That's sarcasm. I would give the singing part. The singing part was not my favorite part. But overall, I enjoyed it.
As a lifelong fan of Cats the musical, I give this movie an 8 out of 10.
That's sarcasm, folks, in case you are not detecting.
No, the first statement was not. I am a huge fan of Cats the musical.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
Yeah.
It's my mom's all-time favorite musical, so I grew up with it. I like musicals in general. I think I've had this conversation with numerous ones of y'all. The Greatest Showman, Hamilton,
I like musicals.
Phantom of the Opera. I enjoy a
I
good
did like
musical.
that. I don't like musicals, but I did.
I don't generally either.
I feel like I like the ones that are easy to like because I just named ones that are like, if you watched them, you probably liked them. You know what I mean? It isn't like I seek out musicals, but the ones that kind of catch the attention of like the bigger population, I tend to enjoy those, I guess. If that makes sense.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. That was cool.
Love that movie.
The Greatest Showman is one that I want to watch.
It's so good.
Australia.
I can sing every song in that one.
My wife and my kids both love that show.
Yeah, it's fire.
Move on.
We got Fatty Boom Batty John Stout in the house. What's up?
What's up, John?
Trying to outdo CJ for the longest. Oh, come on. It wasn't that long, was it? Come on. I had some things to get out there. We got to talk about the CBC Awards, of course. You know that. What else we got going on here? Let's see. We got Bobby De La Ghetto, who has got his vote in. So good deal. Guys, everybody, time is running out. So
Awesome.
we've got a number of great content creators on the panel right now. So make sure you're getting over there and supporting these great creators. Unfortunately, you can't support me because I'm not on the finalist list. So everybody sucks for that. Thanks a lot.
You'll be there next year. I know you will.
We have Collecting with Durs in the house. What's up, Durs? Good
A
to see
Jersey
you.
boy.
Good to see you, my dude. I made a little fun of Durs, and it was not a correct shot. I should have made fun of Burke instead of Durs, so I apologize for that. We had the big news. We had the big news that came out today that YouTube is going to be cracking down on AI, and so and it doesn't mean that you can't use AI. It just means that you have to tell everyone that you're using AI. So that I think
your forces.
All right, and I think this is a good thing. We talked about it a bit in the links chat, got into a bit of an argument about it, but
it was fun.
I had a blast. But I have motives there that everybody is clear on. So it's not a secret.
Yeah, I get it.
But I think it's a good thing, and it's not saying you can't use AI. It's just saying that everybody should know what you're doing, and I think that's absolutely important. And so I thought it was good news. Anybody have thoughts on it?
I'm not tech savvy at all. I don't use AI, so it doesn't apply to me.
I used ChatGPT to help me write a script for a review video once. I did a review of God, what was the name of that book? Where Monsters Lie. And I used a script to do it, and it sucked. It was a shitty video. So I haven't really used it since because I didn't really feel like it was making good content.
I forgot how hard you used to go for that Chat GPT when it first popped up. You were having
that
fun
was
with that.
I was super fascinated with it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've forgotten about it for a while now.
My fascination is definitely gone. I don't even use it anymore, really.
But to your point with your question, I think this is just very standard, basic protection that they're putting out there. Much like how if you use other people's music in your video, you have to have permission to do it, and you have to show where you have gotten permission. AI is built off the hard work of real people.
Yeah,
this stuff
absolutely.
This stuff doesn't exist without them sourcing from real people. So it looks like they're slowly putting in measures to make sure that the real people that they're stealing from are getting some form of protection built in and stuff like that, and keeping their ass safe in the process.
And I can tell you guys, AI is absolutely stealing copyrighted content from across the world, and it is not avoidable.
Oh yeah.
I was messing around with, I played with ChatGPT. I also played around with Midjourney in terms of creating AI art, and I made some dope art using people like Scotty Young and Neil Adams, and the influence was there. I made some really cool Neil Adams AI art, and it was so clearly Neil Adams. Like they were so clearly taking it from Neil Adams.
There's like AI tabs built into, I think it's even StreamYard or Pixlr, one of the two that I use. And you just simply type Alex Ross Superman, and it'll put up an Alex Ross Superman that isn't Alex Ross, but it damn sure looks like it.
Damn sure looks like him, yeah.
Wow.
And so the copyright issues are just obvious and clear. And so anybody who wants to deny that is really a non-starter for me. Like, we don't have any ground to stand on if that's where your attitude is, because it's so obviously true that it's copyright infringement. And it's going to be interesting to see how we deal with this going forward. I know I have not seen this in this article, but someone on my Instagram, when I posted this, mentioned that this was a part of the agreement. And does anybody know if that's true? Because I don't know that to be true. Yeah, the article doesn't say anything about it being a part of the agreement.
I could imagine this is like just them like getting ahead of a curve, possibly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. That makes a lot of them, that not necessarily part of the agreement, but them saying, hey, if we're going to be able to function in the world.
If this is clearly the direction that they're going in, and we're a huge media video platform, we're going to have to safeguard ourselves.
Yeah,
a lot of people are using, a lot of.
Shout out to Becker's favorite president.
Oh, that's hilarious.
A lot of channels are using AI. I've seen it in music videos. I've seen it just regular clips on streams.
Well, I just saw an article about Bad Bunny, who was pissed about, I guess there's this new AI song that is super popular that uses Bad Bunny, Justin Bieber and someone else. I listened to the song. I thought it was trash, but apparently it's really popular. And Bad Bunny is pissed about it. So like,
What's the name of the song? I don't like Bad Bunny.
Copyright infringement.
It's probably a song I'm already listening to. Fuck.
It's probably a song I'm already listening to.
Bro, I got into her hard because of her Uncle Phil thing.
Yeah, Bad Bunny was that Spider-Man villain.
I thought Bad Bunny was a dude.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong.
Yeah, Bad Bunny's a dude, a Puerto Rican dude.
Nah, I'm thinking of the girl. I thought that was her name, Bad Barbie or Bad Bunny.
It might be Bad Barbie or something.
I'm
but
talking about the Catch Me Outside girl.
Oh yeah, I forget her name. Oh, is this a first time appearance?
That was a guest from the Phil show.
Is this a first time appearance from my guy Flo?
What's up, baby?
The Bada Boom podcast. Y'all check out the Bada Boom podcast. He's getting some great guests on there with some great interviews. Really proud of my friend's nephew, Beckerman's nephew, man. You're doing great stuff, man. Thanks for jumping on, Flo. Any thoughts about this AI business?
Well, it's funny you brought up Bad Bunny, and I had to jump in as a Puerto Rican. You know, I had to comment on.
Got to represent.
No, I mean the Bad Bunny thing is interesting because it's a really big viral TikTok song.
What's the name of it?
I forget. I could look it up right now for you.
Well, you know, it's funny. Yeah. They've already used AI to fool like over 20 million dudes. There was a girl. I don't know if y'all heard this story, but there was a girl literally that had an Instagram profile and a TikTok, and
it's called Nostalgia.
She was on all platforms. Ooh, Nostalgia. I think.
Have you listened to it? Did you like it?
I thought it was a real song. Like I heard it as a TikTok sound. I was like, oh, I didn't hear this on the album.
And there's a reason why.
And then also I think it became a joke too, because like a lot of his like day one and fans have kind of revolted against him because he's going out with a Jenner, so they call it, you know, the curse. So his fans, I think, are doing it as an FU to Bad Bunny to like the song. They're like, hey, this song is better than anything on the album. So I think it's a big back and forth. And then he has that WhatsApp group where he just basically told people like, hey, if you listen to this and you like it, you're not a fan of mine.
He says, if you guys like that shit of a song that's viral on TikTok, leave this group right now. He says, you don't deserve to be my friends. And for that reason, I made the new album to get rid of people like that. So then shoot you out of here. My God, I don't want you at the tour either. So yeah, he's super pissed about it. And I would be too. I mean, people are getting clout and money and views and just off your product without you getting any benefit from it. I'd be pretty pissed too, I think. And it really is bullshit. And I see a lot of people caping for this shit, and it's just wild to me because, you know, if they were in the other shoe, they would understand perfectly, right? If it was happening to them, they would understand. But because it's not, they don't give a fuck. That's disappointing.
Well, it's already happening. I think you could see some like AI artists online complain about people biting their style or using their like tools and prompts and stuff like that. So I think it's already happening. It's a weird time.
As far as I know, it's already impersonated like real actors, like where there was a commercial used from a news broadcaster and they used AI images, you know, and she wasn't aware that it wasn't her. They used her voice, her look, and it was a full video, a full commercial, her sponsoring something that she had no idea. I forget, and so eventually it led to a lawsuit. But I mean, I've seen all kind of stuff, and there's some of us YouTubers, like the comic book YouTubers, that are using it. I know CJ was using the AIR to do shorts. And
have we confirmed that CJ himself isn't AI yet?
We have not.
Very well.
No, that's a no.
And Mark, can you tell me why look at Beckerman's comment and tell me why is he like this?
So the way he lives his life, my dude.
I don't understand why he's like this. I love you, Beckerman. Beckerman and I, and Beckerman, are you going to GarageCon Saturday morning? because I think I'm going to go to that as well. But we also have Saturday night. We've got another local wrestling show. So looking forward to hanging out with my brother Beckerman. That'll be fun. Hey, what's up, Comic Cap Collectibles?
What's up, dude?
Good to see you, my dude. We got Rob is safe from AI on YouTube for now. For now, but eventually Skynet will become self-aware.
Listen, with all the streams Rob has been on, there's definitely a Rob duplicate out there.
Right.
There's enough data out there.
How do we know
on
we
YouTube
haven't already
to get-
seen one?
Listen, that's why I don't hop on streams that often. You know, it keeps me safe.
Yeah, Beckerman is still bitter with me for my Chat GPT Mid-Journey testing phase where I was messing with it. He's still not happy.
Listen,
about
Becker
it.
don't play that, man. He's a
Yeah, he
original
does
art.
not.
Like he believes in the artist, man.
And I respect it.
I know. If he
Yeah.
finds
Yeah,
out
cool.
you printed a cover on a T-shirt and you didn't pay the
This is
artist,
not a game.
he will
This is
find
not a
you.
game.
Yeah.
We've had that talk.
It better be licensed.
Listen, Becker, I bought this Junkyard Joe hoodie straight from Ghost Machine, so you know it went straight to Gary Frank and his family. They will eat good tonight.
So don't come after him. And Durs, I don't have a problem at all with using it for the thumbnails. Actually, I think it's
all good.
And it's sort of those things that, I definitely don't have a problem with that.
I think there has to be like a framework and understanding like, hey, some of this could be tools, but like when you sort of use it to kind of replace people, where back in the day you would compensate or get people's consent for things, I think that's when it becomes like problematic, where you're like literally like, hey, if you're creating Alex Ross art or prints and stuff like that, and you start selling it at a Comic-Con, those kind of things, I think that's when it becomes problematic. But if you're just using it to kind of like, if you don't have an editor and you're like, hey, if it can make me 5 IQ points, sound a little bit smarter or kind of do that. And it's only really good at like basic things. If you're trying to do like a generic resume or something like that, it's good at that. But, you ask it to write a script, or even it dulls out a lot of terrible information. So if you're trying to write a script and it has something to do with any factual information, do not use it, because you're gonna have to do the work to edit it.
It's written a lot of scripts in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it has. And Chaos talks about it's, you can make your own GPTs now. It's going to steal my job soon. I think people are going to lose jobs, but you're going to lose jobs to people using the AI, because as you discussed, it does not work on its own. You have to supervise it. And so what AI does is it doesn't really, in some cases it will do the whole work for you, but really what it allows you to do is skip steps, like skip brainstorming steps, like, that brainstorming where you're like coming up with ideas. It can just skip it all for you and give you all the ideas, and then you just skip to picking one of those ideas and going from there. So I think that it's inevitable that it's going to be used to do those sorts of things, but I'm entirely on board with putting things in place to prevent this copyright infringement and prevent from stealing people's likeness, things of that sort. I think that's going to be crucial going forward. How well are we going to do? I don't know, but we'll see. Bobby asks if are porn bots AI, and I assume that they are. I don't know if anybody's had any experience with it, but
so check your Instagram DMs. They are there.
I think those are just programs, just because I've seen those like clips on IG where you see the rooms full of like just cheap construction frames holding
crazy.
tons and tons of phones. You know what I mean? So I assume that they're just like programs running on phones from seeing those clickbait farms and stuff, or click farms.
But I think what's another problem is that like all these things are kind of being lumped into the same thing, which is AI, and it's literally become like a marketing term. So there's like large language models. There's different types of things, and some of things that like were a part of our lives forever, like algorithms and stuff like that. Now it's all being lumped into AI. So it is kind of like this thing where, a lot of places are using it to, bump up, their marketing, raise money, all those kind of things. So, it's a weird time.
Yeah, I think that's what you meant, Mike. Bad Bobby.
Yeah, bad.
That's that Meet Me Outside. That girl is so rich. Anytime I see her, she makes me feel like a complete loser, because she
OnlyFans.
She has astronomically more money than I could
No,
ever
not
dream.
OnlyFans.
She's a rapper, isn't she?
She's on OnlyFans too. She makes bank on there.
Oh, maybe, but as far as I
Bad
know,
Bunny
she's
is
like
he's a
she's like top.
surprisingly good wrestler. Uh-oh, we got
She's one of
another first time appearance. Great show tonight.
Oh my
I was
god.
watching you earlier with
one true nerd king.
Michael Myers himself, guys. He was talking to Tyler Maine, Michael
nice.
Myers, aka Sabretooth, tonight. Yeah, he was talking about his new
AKA
book.
The Last Spartan.
The Last Spartan. There we go. That's what we were talking about, man.
He was talking about his new book about human trafficking, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what that was interesting, man. Human trafficking is like I said in your chat, man. That shit is terrifying to me. Like,
dude,
just the whole thought.
You got
like that movie Taken
out.
that movie Taken, like the rage is real. Like I can't watch that movie because I'm just so fucking pissed about it. Like
it's really happening.
It triggers the
Marcus is a real life Liam Neeson's.
I know.
I was triggered that whole movie. I just want to fucking stab people in their throat, man. It fucking makes me so.
Don't watch the newest Rambo then.
It makes me I got that rage in me, dog. It fucking makes me so mad to think, like, just the thought, because I instantly put myself in that position. You know, I'm that guy. It's my daughter, and I'm like, I will fucking blow your fucking whole family up. I don't give a fuck, dude. I just like,
don't watch Prison.
Oh, shit, man, that shit is so scary to me, man. But yeah, it was a great show, man. Thanks for jumping on. Phil, if anybody doesn't know who won,
Theo's still going. He's just like, I want to show off this stuff. I'm like, man, I've been here for an hour and a half. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna dip for a little while. By the time you guys are done, he probably will still be going. I'll just jump back in and be like, hey, I'm back. So, I guess
you guys aren't
for a few minutes somewhere else. Everybody,
if you guys aren't familiar with Phil, he is one true nerd king. He is the guy on Instagram who is as big as I should be, but I'm not. So definitely check him out. I'm way funnier than him, but for some reason everybody laughs at his stuff way more.
He's better looking too. That's the worst part. That's the worst part for him. That's the worst part.
No, you do great stuff, man. It's a great page. I love your stuff, man. You're always funny. So if you guys are not plugged into Phil, man, definitely check him out. Hey, and thanks for jumping on, man. Any thoughts on the AI news with YouTube?
I think it's cool. I think it has a lot to do with the strike terms. I'm still catching up with a lot of it. It's breaking today. Obviously, this is new for a lot of us. But as a person that likes to put their own spin on any content they create, it's nice to see that I don't have to compete with somebody with just a nice sentence or two, and then just letting that do all the work for an episode. When you like to cut up your own parts and pieces, you like to try and edit in your own clips, and you try and do a little bit of actual storytelling with it yourself. I dig this. I like that. At least people have to know it. At least they have to know it. That's the big thing. Whether or not you still do it, kudos. That's on you. But don't pretend we're the same.
That is your work. Yeah.
Don't pretend we're the same. That's my biggest thing. So I'm happy.
And I'm actually with you on that. I can't remember the name of the dude, but I saw some dude on Twitter talking about how difficult and hard AI art was. And I was like,
bitch,
like he was really trying to put himself on that level of other people. And he shared some AI art that he had made that he was just so super proud of. And it was trash, dude. It was trash. But I wish I could find that thread. But as I was like, who the fuck is this dude? And why is he so stupid? Like, there's a lot of people who will argue that creating art with AI is no different than creating art, as a real drawing artist would. And those people trigger me, man, because that shit is just like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Durs says that everybody is already highlighting that in their description. Durs, I don't know that to be true, actually. I do not. I think maybe you are, and maybe some people are, but everybody is not. I think a lot of people are creating content and trying to pass it off as not AI.
I see a lot of people creating logos. A lot of people in our community. A lot of people in our community that
guilty.
I
played with.
Oh, never use AI. Blah, blah, and then all of a sudden, their logo's AI.
My logo.
For their friends with AI. I'm sorry.
Full disclosure. My logo is AI. The logo that you see on Instagram.
I paid for my logo.
I'm just saying, I just see people pitching it all the time. Like it's like, oh no, just give me and my partner 5 minutes. We got you. Okay, cool, but don't like we gotta draw some lines. So I'm just saying, like, just putting it out there. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of people that don't, though, then too, right? So you admitted to it, but a lot of other people aren't even telling those people that are participating with it and be like, hey, I can make you a logo, and they'll wait 2 or 3 days, but they just made it in 5 minutes with an edit with an
then they're
AI
selling
editing
it.
software, and
And
then they're
that's just-
selling it to their
that's
friend.
Yeah.
And I get it, but don't pretend like it took you 3 days to make it. It took you 3 to 5 minutes. It's still AI art. I get it.
And
but
Durs is speaking of Junkyard Joe. Flo mentioned it. Collecting with Durs is reading it, and since we're talking about it, let me just mention I did a little series, comic book story time, and we had 5 episodes in, and the 3rd episode was with my guy Pocan Joe. I've served many years in the U.S. Army for the American Armed Forces, and had a lot of experience there. And he talked about how he read Junkyard Joe and its realistic portrayal of PTSD. I'm very, very proud of that episode. So once you're done reading Junkyard Joe, jump over there and get a look at what Pocan Joe had to say about it, man. I think you'll enjoy it. I was really proud of it. So, but moving on from that, what else? Let's see. We got imagine being seen as a maverick because you're against stealing 2020. I mean, it's where's the lie, right?
Whatever cancel culture. I don't even know what's going on here today, but it's all just cancel culture. It's just
Hey, what up, Remy Q? Good to see you, my dude. Appreciate
I couldn't
you
get him to
coming
come on
through.
the show. Circumstance. I'm sorry, he wouldn't come on, but
it's all good. It's all good. Oh, I just now caught on.
Oh, now you get it. Now you get it. Now you
man,
get
I'm
it.
slow. I would love for him to come on because I would be mean to him to his fucking face. That dude is a douchebag, man.
Kennedy.
For anybody who doesn't know what he's talking about, I got into it with this dude, New Kennedy, on Instagram last week. I'd never heard of the dude, but he was jumping in. What he did that triggered me was that he jumped in on whose page? Oh, Josh's comic books. Josh has been going hardcore on Epic, posting all kinds of stuff about it. And he jumped in there saying something like, everybody who's posting about this is stupid or some shit like that.
Stupid. You guys are just participating in cancel culture.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Is just, and I'm against cancel culture. And I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, he's like, he said 2 things.
And bullshit.
He said 2 things, and I was like, all right, fuck you. He said, number 1, I don't know what's going on, but number 2, I also know this is cancel culture. All right, shut the fuck up. But that actually wasn't what triggered me, because at that point, he was just funny, and I just wanted to make fun of him. What triggered me, actually, is when he came back to me, he responded to me by saying, I'm about that life. And I was like, oh, really?
He must be a senator.
Yeah, he must be an Oklahoma senator.
Is you a senator? That's a thing now. When someone's acting tough, you must be a senator.
And let me tell you, if you are a comic book nerd and you come to me trying to convince me that you're tough, I'm going to make you prove it. All right. I'm just going to make you prove it because I don't give a fuck. I'm not worried about you at all. And that's what I did to him. What I did on my page was not nearly as mean as what I did to him in our DMs.
I saw you sent me that. You sent me that, and I cried.
I was fucking, and we talked about it in the links chat. What was it? That Esteban dude was like, "Oh, I'm the only one that jerks off to being mean to people." It's like, "Oh, you got me there," because I was certainly jerking off to fucking being mean to him. I was absolutely jerking off to that shit.
I love watching y'all argue.
I actually have fun arguing with him. I think he could have a lot more fun if you could just not care.
If he would do it but not care.
Exactly. We could have fun.
That's what I do. Like we go back and forth sometime, and neither one of us get heated. Yeah, I do it with other
trying to
people.
kill each other. We're just debating.
I'm naturally argumentative. If you know me long enough, you know not to take it seriously.
You definitely
and that's something. Somebody posted, and I posted a comment.
And we know
I know it. I enjoy arguing.
I mean,
every
people
episode I have with Theo
funny.
is an argument. That's why it's chaos. We argue every single episode. So I mean, there's good debate, guys.
Yeah,
it's good to argue. It's fun.
I'm not saying like I'm fussing with people or heated arguments. I'm saying like like arguing or debating. It's just fun. It's
Yeah,
sparring with
'cause-
words. It's enjoyable.
Because most of the
all in
time
good
we're
fun.
arguing about like things that don't really matter.
Nothing. About nothing.
We're arguing about comic
The
books,
new
guys.
toy that's coming out,
Comics or
something like
movies.
that. Pinless
I
joints.
ain't had a single argument about like my healthcare plan with none of y'all yet, or like my car breaking down. None of those things.
What do you mean you're not signing up for the PPO?
Exactly.
And yeah, Beckerman, when I was messing around with ChatGPT and Midjourney, I can tell you Beckerman was not at all a fan. And we actually went to dinner with the Simpsons artist, and he talked about his thoughts about it. And yeah, he definitely affected me. He talked about being a teacher and having to deal with it in teachers. There's like students using AI to create their art and passing it on, which is just crazy to me.
Well, there's
so
their
yeah,
English homework, their everything, you know.
yeah, it's not just art, right? And I
essays.
worry, and I sometimes wonder, is AI how the idiocracy happens, right?
I'm just
Is
glad
that
somebody
what
else has seen that movie that notices when I mention it. You guys all seen Idiocracy?
Absolutely.
Thank
The
God.
Idiocracy.
Oh my
is
God! I'm in a room full of people that have seen Idiocracy. This is my
playing out in front of us.
I don't know if that's a bragging point.
Yeah,
honestly, at this point, it's as cool as getting your law degree at Costco. It's okay. So
welcome to Costco. We love you.
Long hot dog, please.
I love you.
Yeah, I think Mike Judge is a prophet. I think the idiocracy is absolutely coming. We saw the idiocracy today in the Senate, right? With that one dude trying to fight somebody in the Senate chamber. Like he is starting a fight in the Senate. I was like, this is the idiocracy, right?
Can I say one thing about that movie though? Like
No.
my favorite line, I feel like it's an underrated piece of it, is when he's like, "Hey man, I think I'm on the wrong line. I'm supposed to be getting out of jail." He's like, "Yeah, over there, dumbass."
You know what the coolest thing though is? The coolest thing is I actually got Terry Crews to follow me on Instagram.
Oh,
President Camacho
himself.
He's a fantastic artist, and he was doing some drawings. And I mentioned, like, dude, you should really like do a graphic novel or something, or do a cover. You know, I mean, it's totally in your wheelhouse. You're a great artist. You're a writer. Everything else, people know you. And got into a conversation, and he follows now. But 100%, dude, Terry Crews was the truth in that movie. And I swear, every single time I think of craziness in the Senate, I think of him going in there with an AK-47 blasting the top.
America, fuck yeah.
Every single time I think of that, dude. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Shameless.
Classic. No.
This is America. We once had a vice president wanted for murder in 2 states. I think I know who he's talking about. I believe that's Aaron Burr, is it not?
I believe so, but we're going back far with that one.
I believe that is true, though. Let's see. Okay, Chaos.
I remember our first argument, the first debate that I had with Chaos was a couple of years ago. The first time we ever shared screen together was on a members only Two Brothers Comics chat, and it was about Thor Ragnarok. This was over 2 years ago. I was complaining about how that Marvel is getting too silly and they cannot continue down this road or they're going to ruin the MCU. And Chaos's comment in return to that was, "No, I think they'll be fine. It's silly enough. It'll work." And yeah,
I mean, it worked until it didn't. That's what I'll say. It worked.
Yeah, that was always my canary in the coal mine, and Chaos was there for it. I don't know if he remembers that, but that we had a fun debate on that. Neither one of us got mad or anything, but that's what we talked about that night.
And that's the thing. Like, that's the thing that I don't understand. Like, there was somebody posted on Instagram talking about the Marvels and kind of being upset that people didn't like it or some shit like that. And it's like, guys, it's okay. We don't have to care what everyone thinks. It's fine. And I think a lot of us care too much about what everyone thinks, man. It's like, I liked the movie. You didn't like the movie. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're going to be fine.
I think it's when we have to make sure everybody knows our opinion. Like that's the one thing that drives me nuts right now, is that we can't let other people enjoy something right now. I
think it's part of the culture war. Like, I think that is part of the culture war. People have to plant their flag for their side at all times. That's what I think it is. And I think the Marvels, It's not a culture war for everybody, but I think there's
kinda what
definitely a
Phil
culture
said.
war element to this whole Marvels thing that's going on.
Well, I think the
And I'm-
culture war people definitely didn't watch the movie because, like,
but they're talking about it though. They're
yeah,
talking
that's what
about
I'm
it.
saying.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
they'll
you
talk
know,
about
because
it.
like there's a taking it to comics, even just away from that. Like, I go over to some of the outrage channels as a sport, and I'll watch their videos and then just go at them in the comment section because they don't read the books that they're talking about, and it's clear because I have read a lot of the ones they're talking about, and the shit they say is happening in the books don't happen in the books most of the time. So you kind of see that with the Marvels is a great example because I think that Disney was smart to keep, like, I don't even know if they ever planned on it, but the movie wasn't political at all when, like, a lot of their movies are. Like, they
Thank
just are.
God.
But
I
like
don't want
they
that.
they took the movie that would have been like baptized for being political, and it just wasn't. It was just slapstick, silly goofiness, and poorly edited together due to reshoots. That really just, so it becomes a taste thing. How goofy can you handle the MCU? Because we're going to test it, and we're sorry that we had to reshoot this 37 times, but it is what it fucking is. Like it or hate it. Bye.
I liked it, and I have never.
liked it.
Yeah,
I've never been
a few people did like it. A few people went and saw it, and a few
more
people,
than a few. More than a few.
yeah, a few of them did.
Brie Larson has never been attractive. Like, I never thought she was hot in Captain
Dude,
Marvel, but she was so hot in this movie to me. I
So
was
hot.
like,
Like
oh
that
my
in the Fast and the
God.
Furious movie. Like, where did this Brie Larson come from? 'Cause
Oh,
holy
she
crap!
was so smoking in this movie. I was telling Becker, I was like, I cannot believe how hot she is right now. I just can't take this shit. I'm like a little boy sometimes with that shit.
That's like one of those missed opportunities, in my opinion. I think like she's just in the wrong branded franchise arm of the MCU because she's like an Oscar-winning actress, right? Like fully capable, and everyone pretends like they hate Brie Larson online, but she has countless successful movies outside of Marvel that you never hear people troll about. Like, I love her in Kong Skull Island. I laugh my ass off with her in 21 Jump Street. She's been around a long time, but I think that there's just something about her as Captain Marvel that just didn't hit. And I think going back to the first one, it's just the script. She's never had any actual like story development. She's never had even in this one. She like, we need you to play a wooden plank, and we're going to pretend like we're going to give you story development, and they didn't. The only development that she got was through the eyes of Kamala Khan in this, and like all they do is just give you like, let's tell you her story that was between the movies instead of in the movie. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? This is the character y'all need to fix. Her. Now you're just adding more characters in with just little flashes of story and this and that. I mean, it's a lost
Brie
cause
Larson
for me.
was-
I
Brie
just
Larson
want my
was shafted
superhero
from the
stuff to
beginning.
feel like Lord of the Rings fucking epic every time you do it. And if you can't do that, space it out and fucking do it.
I agree that it needs to feel epic. Go ahead.
I
Bill.
still feel like the Russos are what destroyed Marvel. I mean, they gave us Professor Hulk. They introduced time travel. They killed Tony Stark. they sent Captain America back in time to get old and just watch all this shit happen. You know,
The first
basically
movie
all the
that
stuff
trolled
we're
us.
trolled. Yeah, everything
It
we're
was the
trying to
first
do
movie
over.
that trolled us with the previews.
Yeah,
I definitely.
Remember, we thought we were going to get to see Hulkbuster, right?
Yeah, I definitely blame
No,
blame
blame the
Guardians
Russos
of the
for
Galaxy
everything.
success because of how successful Guardians was and how easy of a layup that was for them to do compared to the other stuff. Probably you saw them immediately attempting to recreate it with Ragnarok, even so far as hiring Taika Waititi, who's like best buds with James Gunn, you know, and then everything started going that route. Like the Russo brothers, what they did writing wise opened it up. But damn.
Well, the Russo brother, to me, I think what should have happened is that Marvel should have just said, and scene.
And
Wonderful
scene.
Marvel story. Fantastic Marvel story, everybody. Now we're restarting again. This took us 10 years to get here, right? 10 years. We shouldn't be building for another 10 fucking years to go into the. Let's just start over a new story. There's a reason why there's a new Spider-Man every 4 or 5 years, because that's the longevity of kids in high school, right? That's the time.
Well,
that they
because
get
Sony also
grade.
ruins it, so they have to
Well, they
reboot.
graduate, right? So everybody's got 5 years. To
It's not
put
like
up,
they
right?
wanted to end the Amazing Spider-Man. They would have kept that going for
But
years.
They should have like rebooted it. They shouldn't have let it keep going. But no, you're absolutely right, dude. Exactly. But yeah,
Well,
to
I
me,
will say
it should have ended.
one thing. Sort of, I had a conversation with a creator, shameless plug on the Bada Boom podcast.
Never heard
and
of
he
it.
was talking about he was talking about how the fact that you never really get endings in comics, and sort of like he was talking about a long run he had on a comic, and he had to find a way to end it his way. And I feel like Endgame in a lot of ways is the ending of the MCU, where it's like, hey, these stories are going to continue without us or without these actors, but this is the only way we can end it in this framework, with because they're going to keep making it. It's the most successful franchise ever. And I think part of why this has felt so aimless afterwards is like, well, how do we do the Avengers again? So
Shang-Chi was most certainly joke-driven chaos.
I did
Trevor
like Shang-Chi.
Slattery
I
was
still
in it
love
with a
Shang-Chi.
four-legged
I like
ass
Shang-Chi.
running around.
I just don't like the
I love Shang-Chi.
Aquafina was the
If you're
co-star.
gonna,
I
and if you're gonna
enjoyed it.
tell us, if you're gonna say it's
I love
terrible, say it
Aquafina.
right. It's Shang-Chi.
Yeah, what are you
not
talking
Shang-Chi.
about? There's like 13 dick jokes in it, like dudes getting punched in the dick. It's definitely joke driven. But it was funny.
It was a good movie.
I
that
love
was
that. I
actually
like
one of my favorite movies besides the Spider-Man movie that came
I
out in
liked
this
it a
last
lot.
phase.
I enjoyed it.
Me too.
I would say that Werewolf by Night, Guardians 3.
That was great. Yeah.
Werewolf was
Yeah,
dope.
those-
Yeah, Werewolf by Night.
Loki
good.
was dope. And those two projects
Loki, yeah.
specifically were reported uninterrupted. They were left alone completely by the bigger MCU at large. Like, hey, we have this timeline going with the movies and shows. Stay the fuck away from it. Make your show.
Yep.
And that's what we got was fucking greatness.
10 Loki. I've said it since the season 1 that it's the best thing since Endgame. It's like nothing else.
The finale,
comes
yeah.
For me, season 1 and season 2 of Loki, nothing else comes close post Endgame to what. And I think that all of the MCU going forward should be focused around what they've built in Loki. And so this whole talk of getting rid of Kang and going to Doctor Doom is extremely upsetting to me, because I want this story to keep going forward desperately, because it's the most exciting thing since the Endgame for me. Nothing comes close.
Plus that
I don't know if I'm
we're
excited
already
as much
3
for Kang
steps
as I
into
just
it.
was for that piece of Kang, because like Timely's not exciting. The Kang that confirmed to get killed by ants is not exciting anymore. Jonathan
But that's
Majors
not
is
the
exciting
story,
to watch, but
that those kings aren't the king that matters. It's the he who remains king that is exciting, because you get this sense the whole time that this is all part of his plan. Like even Loki
he
did
said he's
himself.
inevitable.
So what does all that mean? I want to see that. I want to see all of that play out. I want to see Kang come back. I want to see this war. I want to see Tony Stark come back. I want to see every fucking body that's ever been a part of any Marvel movie ever. Even the fucking Captain America from the 80s, bring that motherfucker back too. I want to see everybody and their mama in this whole multiverse thing that they're going to do. I think it would be amazing.
I want them to do that, but I want them to do that soon. I don't want that 3 years from now. I want it 4 years from now. I want them to cut out. I don't want Captain America 4. I don't want all this other shit in between.
Well, I do. I know Mark does.
I want to see it, but do something like that.
That's the one thing I'm excited about from him.
Give me Sam Wilson as Captain America after some kind of reboot where I don't have to worry about why there's an Eternal sticking its body out.
You don't have to worry about that. Kevin Feige's not even worried about that.
I'm tired of waiting for all the tie-ins and for all the post-credit scenes that we still haven't had any payoff on.
Oh my God. Like there's so much, right? There is.
Yeah,
I was thinking about this the other day. All the stuff that we have not seen. Yeah.
The Ten Rings.
I haven't seen the Black Knight. The
Black
teaser
Knight.
for that.
The Eternals and the Black Knight and Blade. Yes,
Now we got
yes.
Young Avengers, and
that's why there was somebody
Where's
who brought it up
Hawkeye?
on TikTok, and I'd shout him out if I could remember his name, unfortunately, but he brought up the fact that post-credit scenes with Marvel are more and more meaningless every single time, because back beforehand, a post-credit scene was the next movie. It was gonna get
they did even better than that.
Oh my God, Captain America's coming. What? They're gonna do Thor? Crap like that.
Remember how much better they would do than that, even than just the next movie. Sometimes you'd have this completely and utter standalone film, and your post-credit singer is something as simple as Thanos walking in and you can't even see him fully, just grabbing the gauntlet saying, I'll do it myself. The stinger didn't even call the next movie. It just reminded you that bigger shit is happening, that you ain't got to worry about it right now, but just know it's coming when you ain't looking, kind of shit. Like,
and none of this is paying off anymore.
No.
That's the problem.
Now what they're doing is confirming that Shang-Chi was an experiment. The Eternals was an experiment. They had no desire to move forward with any of those movies or a second season of this shit. They're backpedaling because they're about to have an aggressive takeover of their board.
Go on.
I've went down this. I think we did this last week. Nelson Peltz, look him up. He's aggressively coming in to acquire multiple board seats to make some strategic changes purely based on profits, not coming in
Yeah, but didn't he
politically.
lose that? And then he tried that before. He got Ike Perlmutter fired.
In February he injected like $1 billion into Disney, and what that did was, like, in a nutshell, that sparked the 7,000 layoffs, the shutting down of the Galactic Star Cruiser. All these aggressive money cost cutting events that happened were right on the ass end of that happening. And then like a month ago, he injected the $2 billion in there and then went public saying he's coming for 2 board seats. Ike Perlman, or whatever the fuck his name was, pledged all of his shares to this dude on top of that. And since he announced that, this is like the very next day they started making all these announcements, aggressively cutting more in. And they just did a third quarter report where they shaved off and like they're looking to shave off like $7 billion more by the end of the year, which that's going to come at people's jobs. That's what canceled all this stuff like Willow and even new products on streaming service. That's why they made the aggressive decision to go ahead and start canceling Jonathan Majors before the court trial by canceling his film that wasn't even MCU related before it even hit their stream to save money on that. So they're trying to make smart money decisions, so much so that Bob Iger's interview said he's almost done. He's tired with Disney, and he even stated that we need to get our politics out of our product. This is coming from the guy running the ship when he's having non-biased interviews with the financial sector. If you want to know the honest shit about what's going on with MCU, get out of the comic book tabs and go over to like the investment stuff. There's so many investment news articles out there that he does all the time. So normally from the mid-December to mid-January is when they do all the board seat rotating, if it happens. It's very unusual for someone to go public that they're coming for board seats. That's normally a private matter, but
somebody's coming for somebody's, rent's due, motherfuckers. It sounds like.
But this is the same guy that also saved Ben and Jerry's when they were going bankrupt. What it is, he's like a super capitalist mindseted dude. He's like, this is America, where capitalist institutions like Disney should be American staples. They should be worldwide known as, like, we should be proud of these kind of things that we have built. And that's how he looks at business, So he goes into these different companies and does his part to just come in there. And I guess he's one of those like shit talking people you see on those business stages and stuff, just talking down to everybody, but actually making him money while he's doing it. That's how he sounds to me when I read all these articles.
Well, I hope he fixes it, man, because I think it was mentioned, and I think it was such a great point. They set up so much stuff that they did not follow through with, and it's making things not matter. I think that is a huge problem.
Shout out to Becker, because what are they called that you taught me about, Becker? The dividend payouts or whatever. I don't know any of this, but I read all this stuff. So Becker hasn't gotten any of those from Disney in a while, and that's one thing that Nelson Peltz says is unheard of for a company of this size to not have paid those out in the amount of time that they haven't. So that's one of the first things that Iger and them were addressing with all these cuts. They're firing their employees, but they're hoping to pay their shareholders their cut that they get every so often for whatever reason.
Well, I hope they
figure Disney shareholder. We didn't even get the Disney shareholder like investment day this year. That was supposed to happen, I think.
That would be an embarrassment.
Like that.
Yeah. Why would you talk about all the money you lost, right? Go ahead and do that.
But on good side, this was the best quarter they reported, though. They slowed down the decline. ESPN was profitable for them. They're looking at merging the Hulu Disney thing to save on that as well. They actually saw a few subscribers gain from their recent tank. So maybe the brakes hitting, it'll start shifting again, but the quality of the content is what's going to matter in terms of it continuing to go back up, though.
I think it's not going to apply to anybody, though. Nobody wants to do fucking homework to go see a movie anymore. We have to do 14 years of content homework plus to know what's going on with the MCU nowadays. Disney.
I think that's value, though. I think there's value in that.
That's to us, bro. But if you want to if you want to take anybody with you, if you want to take a date, you want to take your kids. Are you going to assign them Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Are you going to tell them they got to go back and now watch WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and all this other stuff. There is so much content now. The MCU is homework. And to make Marvel profitable again, it needs a reboot. And it can't wait until Secret Wars being 4 or 5 years out.
Been saying this for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, high five, Legion.
Yeah, everyone used to jump down my throat thinking that's the craziest thing in the world. But as soon as Feige fucked up and said it in an interview for that book, everyone known that's what they're supposed to do.
I've said that since Endgame. Endgame should have been a reboot after that.
Thank you for Spider-Man. Run it back. New cast, new crew, new Iron Man. Like comics have been retold, origins have been retold. Every now and then it's fun just to have like a standalone story, a comic that comes out just retelling the events, because I wasn't born in 1938. I wasn't there for it. So it's fun to get those, like, let's retell the origin, but now it's in modern day. People have cell phones in it and shit. And
Callie, that's crazy though. You've only got like 9 movies. We have 9 movies a year with Marvel right now. Okay, you got 9 movies all together with Star Wars, plus what, Solo, and adding in Rogue One, 7 seasons of Clone Wars, and now a few offshoots in the last few years. It's still nothing compared to Marvel. The Star Wars universe is still novice, baby age to Marvel right now.
Man, I liked Marvel's, but man, what a forgettable villain, man. What an incredible.
She was rough.
I mean, I didn't think she was bad. I mean, I didn't have a problem with her.
Put my head out, guys. You guys have a good night, all right?
Thanks for coming through.
Where did he get the balloons?
I know. What the hell?
I don't know, man. He must pay for StreamYard.
What did you
I didn't do that. Did I do that? I didn't do that.
Did you do that?
I didn't.
I don't know what happened.
Is that the AI in StreamYard just telling him bye?
That was nice.
Maybe. I know.
I'm gonna head out of here, guys.
Okay, guys, I'm leaving. Peace out, everybody.
Where am I going? Didn't it work for me, Flo? You fucking liar.
Later, Flo. Check out the Bottom Boob podcast if you guys are not plugged in. Beckerman's nephew has been great, getting some great content going on there, so definitely check him out. Kyle, what's up, brother?
On Daredevil?
No, what was that? Well, before we do that, what's up, Kyle? How you doing, brother?
Kyle cut off on that. I had to go get something real quick.
Okay.
I met earlier.
Okay. Oh, no worries, man. No worries. Thanks for jumping on tonight. I appreciate you jumping on, man. Good to see you. Mark, what were you saying?
The new creative responsibles behind Daredevil, I guess that's the best way to say it. The new people in charge of the Daredevil show were asked about it, and they said, to be honest with you, we didn't really know what to do. We were just given an office 45 minutes ago. And he said, in the meantime, while we were told that we have this project, we've watched every bit of the Netflix Daredevil, and we have read volumes and volumes of Daredevil, and we have a lot more to read through and go through before we start writing.
I like the sound of that, baby.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we wanted.
Yes.
Tired of rushing.
That's a lot better. That's a lot better than, hey, let me write Echo, but I think Echo's a stupid character with stupid powers.
I was about to say that's why. Let's hope they don't read it and think, dude, this is dumb. He's blind. This guy should be able to see now.
I like that. I like that for sure.
I am pissed. I was pissed when I heard that about Echo, but
it still could be good. But what a terrible way to approach a character.
We'll see what they do. But like, I think
the preview looked good though.
If you don't like the character, then maybe you shouldn't do a movie about that character.
No,
maybe we should go.
They kind of did the same thing with Kamala. They were
I was about to say that.
There's the stretchy guy that's out there that's not even in the MCU, but we don't want a stretchy girl because people would get confused. Like,
no, that was a bold faced lie. To like, I mean, honestly,
we don't even have
value these days. People like Kamala Khan. Not a lot of people like Kamala Khan. Plenty of people like, character's cool. Not a lot of people are like, oh, I got to have all that Kamala Khan. I hope they make more toys. Where's all the merch? That's just not a thing. She's not been around that long to even really be established like that. She just, like, it's a character that has been put out there because it was definitely a diversity character that was a stand-in for the creator. They want to do that. Perfectly fine. You made a new character and you brought him in. That's what you're supposed to do. The character just hasn't had enough existence time to really establish like that yet, and what they're trying to push her to the forefront of everything, like that video game they did that cost them $83 million loss. And then you have the movie, like, everyone loves Kamala, that's why we have to keep canceling her series and restarting it, but everyone loves her, that's why we have to completely fucking change everything about her powers and everything when we put her in the movie, and then give you a bullshit excuse why. I think the powers look cool though. I don't read her comics, but I think it looks cool as shit in
They
the movie.
completely changed her up in the comics now too. She was an Inhuman, and now she's a mutant.
Now she's a
So
mutant,
they changed her up in the comics.
I mean, that's like super close. That's like me living on like the Florida Georgia line. You know what I mean? Like, what am I? You know, I'm kind of
Florida
both.
Georgia Line. I love that band. You like that band?
Some of their
They're
songs.
They're bro country. I like their bro country. And cruise. What up, Remy? How you doing, brother?
Remy Q.
Hey, fuck Echo.
Shout out to Remy Q. Thanks for making an appearance. Why don't we talk? I recently binged through Gen V. Did anybody watch that yet?
No,
3 episodes.
I want to.
Nobody's
I'm planning
watching
on it.
Not yet.
Oh, dude, I'm excited. I really liked it.
I like the boys.
I don't want to
so
spoil anything.
I have to dip anyways, so I'll let you guys get into that conversation. I'll try and make it back sometime. It was an honor finally getting to join you guys. So
Oh, thank you for jumping on. But before you go, man, we're at an hour now, so we're about to shut down anyway, man. What you got going on? Pump your stuff, dog. Tell me about you. Where can we find you? Where can we get your stuff?
Dude,
Comics and Chaos, which I hear
You
is a
about
lot
to get
better than
plugged.
Chaos and Comics.
I thought I was about to get out of here easy.
Hell no. Promote your shit.
You can
Make it
find
quick,
me-
and then you can go.
You can find me One True Nerd King on Instagram. That's my main house. I also do a show on YouTube, Comics and Chaos. My friend Rage Theo. He still might be on right now.
No,
Can we get the promo code for the hair gel?
I'm just, I'm just a content creator. I like to talk comics. I like to do that. I don't sell. I have lots of friends that do, but I'm just a content creator.
You
And
do sell. I saw you selling with Theo. Weren't you doing that Fantastic Comics sale?
yeah,
Dude,
I'm the guy that just
Just
clocks
don't
the
sell
numbers and
people
works
or
the
Marcus
camera.
will come for you.
I'm the camera guy.
Yeah, no selling
Half
people
that-
or Taylor Maine might show up.
Half
Yeah.
that duo. But no, I just like to create content. I talk comics. I'm just kind of geeking out. So I'm just another guy. Like
Well, I
everyone.
appreciate you jumping on, man. Thank you for making your first appearance, man. And check out One True Nerd King on Instagram. Very large account, making some great content. And then Comics and Chaos on YouTube, which I hear is way better than Chaos and Comics. Man.
Yeah,
Thanks for
Chaos
coming.
and Comics stole the name.
I felt so bad after that. As soon as he's like, "Hey, we're cousins," I'm like, "Oh fuck!" as soon as I saw it, I'm like, "Theo, we got the exact same name as another guy."
Totally different. Totally different.
He goes
Thanks
like,
for coming.
it's like he's not pissed, is he? He's like, "No, he seems cool, but I feel
He was super
bad."
pissed. You should have seen him in the private chats.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was terrible.
He was actually doing like hexes and stuff. It was weird.
He should have kept going because it was terrible. We've got
Said he
nothing
put
but
roots
bad
on
luck.
y'all.
Nothing but bad luck. All right, guys. Thank you so much. It was an honor. Have a great evening.
Later, Phil. Thanks for jumping on, brother. All right, so we are at an hour, so let's do the goodbyes. Kyle, what's going on with you, brother?
Maybe Thursday with me and my sister might go watch the last 2 episodes of The Rookie.
It's great, dude.
Awesome.
I highly recommend it. It is
Yeah.
so good. It's my favorite thing.
And,
I've ever done.
And maybe sometime this weekend or next week, I'm going to do my very first new thumbnail that I had to help with Mark help me out with and talk about DC, G.I. Joe, and Transformers.
Sweet.
That sounds dope, man. Well, I appreciate you coming to check out Kyle's Super. Kyle, what is your channel name now? I think you changed it, didn't you? Oh, wait, there it is.
Comics 87.
Kyle's of Comics 87. There it is. So definitely get subbed up to Kyle's of Comics 87. Check that out.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing what you think about Loki, man. It was awesome storytelling for me. Both seasons were
It's coming live.
awesome. All right. Well, thanks for jumping on, Kyle. I appreciate you, brother. Evil Mike up for best comic book reviewer for CBC Awards. Saturday is the final day to get that vote in. What's going on, Mike?
What's up? What's up? Sundays, me and Trev, 9 o'clock Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, I think. Just reviews. That's about it. I don't know. Always the same shit.
Just reviews and hanging out with Trev, and check out my guy on Instagram where we are all at these days. So thanks for jumping in, Mike. I appreciate you being a regular. Thank you so much. Yeah. Mark, my brother, what you got going on?
I'm giving away the first appearance of Wolverine in a CGC 8.0.
Tell them about it.
So head over to my YouTube channel, check out the video that I dropped Monday. All the details are in there. Me and DJ Leaks come together like butt cheeks about once a year to do an appreciation event the way that we feel it is. And go check it out. Don't miss out on your opportunity to win a book that's worth more than $1,000. It takes the two of us to do it. And yeah, there you go, Michael. Like that. But tomorrow I have a flea market Comic-Con video coming out. I have the opportunity to travel to the next state up the road from me and hit a actual comic show that was hosted at a flea market. Me, Pops, and Brian LCS went and had a good time. Got some cool footage from that going on in there. And then I hope everybody watches the brand new Monarch Legacy of the Monsters Godzilla TV show that's starting on Apple TV. I'm setting up an Apple account just for it because we'll be talking that this Sunday night at 8:30 on At Week's End. So hope to see everybody there.
When does that drop?
Friday, bro. Friday. We got 2 episodes of that. Then we have Godzilla -1 hitting theaters December 1st.
And definitely get subbed up and join Legion of Comics and DJ Links to give yourself the best chance possible to get that Hulk 180 8.0 slab fire. I mean, you can join and try. It's going to come to me, but you can try, but it's absolutely going to be mine. Thank you for jumping on, Mark. I appreciate you, man. Scotty Vaughn, what's up, brother? What you got going on?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be getting together with Cliff from Council of Comics, and we're going to be recording another Comic Book Addicts, like a special Comic Book Addicts. I'm going to drop it on a Saturday. I don't know which Saturday, but it'll be probably not this Saturday, but the next one. But then I've got 22 comics this Monday on Comic Book Addicts. So he's going to be the special guest this coming Monday. And as usual, we'll have the whole full Monday night lineup from Izzy kicking it off at 6:30, and then me at 7:30 between the lines. We got 22 comics at 9. He'll be doing the top 10 alternatives, and then a couple comics at 10. Carlos collect comics at 11. Got the whole night covered.
A full night of comic book nerds. What more could you want? What more could you ask for in this life? Shout out to everybody that came through, man. I had a great time discussing. We had a great discussion tonight. I really enjoyed it.
What's going on you, Lucky?
No, same old with me. We got the pimp named Slaughter, a character that I created to kind of help promote some things. I'm planning on making an appearance on the CBC Awards with the pimp named Slaughter. So look for that. Again, one more time, the deadline for your votes are going to be November 18th. The big show is December 2nd, and I'm going to be jumping in for that show as well. So I'm really looking forward to it, a celebration of this comic book thing that we're doing here on YouTube, this comic book hobby that we love so much. So really excited about that. And of course, every Tuesday night, FOC and Chill, man, you guys decide. Are we going to talk about FOC or are we going to talk about other things? Usually we're going to talk about other things. So that's all I got for y'all this week. Until next time, peace, comic book fam.